Boom shakalaka.
I don't know what's going on here. We're just sitting here very quiet,
Well, I
staring
can
at
tell
each
you
other.
right now we are legit live on my channel. I don't know what we're looking like for Late Night Enforcers, which is the one that really matters anyway. Mine doesn't really matter. So, but I am having to move a fucking screen because when haters fucking video collapsed, it switched you guys on my layout, but luckily the captures fit perfectly in their boxes. So,
Oh, cool.
Originally with me in the center, the way I look at it, it was Fiend on my left and Hater on my right. Now it's like boop. So, yay!
Yeah.
Episode 30.
It's
Yeah, episode
episode 30. And it's a new year.
New
Thank
year,
God.
new me. New year, new us, maybe?
No, fuck
No?
that shit. I'm happy with this.
Hey, New Year, less cars.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Was that
Yeah.
17 for you, or?
I think it stretched. I think it spanned a little bit extra.
Yeah.
That's what I think it did.
I hate that word. The kids have misused that word so much. I don't know what the hell that means anymore.
Extra?
Extra, yeah. Holy shit, somebody went back to the old Marine cut. Look at that shit.
Dude, I did not ask for this. So I always ask for like the medium reg, which is about halfway-ish up on the zero because the wife likes that. But I always say leave a finger length or more on top, right? And I usually, like, I don't normally have to tell them this because when I walk in with my hair forward and the little spike up front, they know any hairstylist should be able to know this is how he styles his hair. Or even ask the question if you are unsure.
Sure.
She cut all that shit off. So this like brings back a memory of right before my last deployment, my old sergeant was like, your hair's too long. I'm taking you to the barber.
Mm.
So I'm not exactly happy with it. But whatever. It is
Well,
what
it grows
Everybody
back.
does.
it does. It does.
Trust me.
It goes back thinly though. Thinly.
Oh, well, that's true. You don't have as much glorious hair as I do.
I don't. But you have some to spare. You could give me some.
There you go.
We're not doing a hair transplant. This is not locks for loves. I mean, it wouldn't take that much to give you
No.
enough hair, though.
You
so.
could lose like an inch and I would have enough hair to be all right.
I think they'd have to do at least 2 inches to make a.
When's the last time you actually like went to go get your hair like the split ends trimmed or something?
3 years ago.
Wow.
And I get asked that question a lot. That's why I was able to answer it that quick.
Yeah. Wow. That was a wow for both. Like it's a fast answer and it was a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually getting to that point now where it's almost mid-back when dry. So I might actually have to get a couple of inches taken off of it. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like I complain about sitting on it and stuff like that, but then I start adjusting how I sit down and shit. So it's like it doesn't matter now. I'm used to it, and then it's
I
like
adjust myself around my hair.
yeah. Well, I mean, when you look as good as I do, I mean,
If I
Look.
looked as good as you, I'd have killed myself a long time ago.
look. All right. I mean, I got a stalker, so I mean, I got to be doing something right.
Well, there you go.
You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So, episode 30, it's a brand new year. So I don't know if these guys were prepared to talk about it, but I was, because I forgot to mention it while we were doing the setup, but I'm prepared to talk about like game of the year type stuff for us. And
Like our game of the year or the actual game of the year?
no, your personal game of the year.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
thought
go
we
with-
could get into that little game of the year controversy.
Well, I mean, we could definitely talk about other people's if we want to, but I think first we should get out ours. And I want to make sure that I make a statement because there was a place that I used to do conversations where I was like, you have to have finished the game for it to count. But I'm going to flat out tell you, I haven't finished mine, but it's still my number one game of the year.
But gee, yeehaw.
That would be one for me. So
Don't know what you're getting at. And it doesn't have to be a game that came out this year. It just has to be a game that you enjoyed in 2018.
The biggest game that you enjoyed in 18. Totally, yeah. would you, since you seem to be the most prepared for this subject, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on a second while because I was telling the guys when we were doing prep up, I had some props that I needed to take care of. So, what I mean, as I've kind of hinted at, I haven't finished the game yet. Or real quick, before we start getting into that, let me set this down. What are we all drinking?
I am still currently so I'm kind of dueling it, right? I picked up for New Year's Eve. We weren't going to do much, but I picked up another thing, the Guinness Blonde, because I really actually like it.
It's a really good beer.
It's a really good beer. It's a stoutier blonde, right? So it's got that that Bud Light lightness, but it's still got the Guinness little punch to the face, which I enjoy. And then I picked up, just in case the wife wanted some Cayman Jack margaritas, because we got into those after our last cruise. And I've got that in here. I've got the bottle.
I thought that was a water bottle that you were shaking around earlier.
No. So I'm kind of double fisting those a little bit, going back and forth. So the gaming after this will be nice.
Very interesting.
Oh.
Patrick, let's go ahead and talk about yours, and then after I talk about mine, we'll go right into the game stuff.
Well, I'm torturing myself tonight.
Yes.
Because these two people love it. So it is jalapeno, and it's coming totally switched around on my end. So, but it is a.
It's fine on my end.
It's straight on our.
Cool. So it is a jalapeno moonshine. It is not jalapeno infused. It is actual made from jalapenos start to finish. So, it is. Oh, it is a horrible taste. That's all I can say. It's. I don't think anyone's really had jalapenos without the spice. So the spice hides some, let's say, earthly flavors. Where this just comes through really nicely. It just enhances every single one of those earthly flavors. Because the process to make it destroys the oil, which is where the heat is. So you get the jalapeno taste, and it is definitely moonshine. So
I love it. Love it.
Oh, yep. Here we go.
Where did? Oh.
Ooh. Oh God. That was only half a shot. Jesus.
Right?
What's the APV on that?
It would be 80 proof.
80 proof. Okay, well that's not too bad.
Yeah. We should the next time we do a thing at your place.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Shots.
I'll be here.
Shots.
Yeah. How much of that bottle have you actually consumed? Just out of curiosity. Oh, okay.
Ow.
So wow, we haven't even gotten past into the
past
late
the neck.
Okay, so since the Late Night Enforcers channel is not affiliated as of yet, anybody who pops into my channel or let's see, if you're watching this on the YouTube later, for every like, Hater does a shot. Every like,
Oh Lord.
Hater does a shot on his next stream.
Oh Lord.
prior to beginning.
Yes.
Like he's got to sit down, do the shots at a comfortable pace, but you got to.
I will be right back. You guys keep going.
Yeah, you got to entertain everybody while you're getting through the shots. And then as we begin, you got to do that weird space descent looking fucking thing where you flip one wrong way and you're going to get queasy and fucking flip out.
No, definitely. Spatial disorientation.
Yes. What was that? That was Endless Space? Was that right?
Endless Space, absolutely.
Yeah. Watching you play that, man, I almost bought it that night, but it's kind of one of those things where, I've dropped a lot of money lately, and I'll get to that in a minute, on video games that I haven't gotten around to yet. But I was excited to see that is on the Switch, so that actually will give me a very good reason to dive into it, since that thing is...
I will say I won't torture myself all night. I do have Fireball as well. So.
Oh, yeah, see? I was even talking about Fireball with Steady earlier today, and she was like, "I can't stand that." I was like, "Why? It's like one of those old cinnamon. You remember
Pretty
the
much,
old
yeah.
cinnamon? Yeah. So, and
Like a liquid version.
yeah, exactly. And it's nice. It does a little burn, and then it's gone, and then you feel the burn down below.
Yes.
That was weird.
That was weird. But it's okay. You know, our show's gotten weirder than that.
Yeah. Hell, YouTube's probably already demonetized us because, hello.
Because of hello.
I'm sorry. My office is at the front of my house, and somebody with a beefy fucking vehicle just drove down the street. So its timing just kind of caught me off guard, as if they were sitting outside my window waiting for me to say something and then jump out to get me.
Hey, it's your follower.
Probably. It would not surprise me. I probably should have actually brought my gun in here. Well, my BB gun, but still.
Hey, your dog will protect you.
She's out there with my sick friend. So I'd much rather my dog protect her. But then again, you get in the house, my dog's just going to want to snuggle.
So. Well, you can win people over with niceness and fluffiness and...
Yeah, and then I run up with a baseball bat and clobber him over the head.
Exactly. It's all about,
screaming out, "Castle Law, motherfucker!"
So what are you sipping on?
Well, kind of waited for Wonder Nuts to get back.
Okay, we can wait.
I didn't think it was going to take this long. I thought it would just be a short little stint of us filling the time, and then he would be back.
Short stint for a short guy.
I actually played Rock Band 2 on New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. That's an old flashback there.
Yeah, it was really weird trying to relearn how to play the drums and then having some guy come in and he's like, "Let me show you." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." And
what type of drum set is it? Is it the one that just came with it, that cheap plastic?
Yeah,
okay.
But it was.
So
it was.
You didn't get like the $150 upgrade one.
Oh no, fuck that shit. In fact, if I'm putting everything out on the table, I still have my Rock Band 1 drum kit in my room. I use it as like a clothes hanger. Like you know how people say lay out your clothes for the next day? That's usually what I do, is I just lay my clothes out over that. Other than that, when I come home and take my jeans off because I got to change into my jams, my Zelda jams. I don't know if you can tell those are Zelda jams. I throw my jeans on the thing.
Hey, that means it's durable. It hasn't like collapsed in on itself, broken.
Yeah. No, it's still pretty durable. But they had the Rock Band 2 drum kit, which actually is a little bit more sturdy because it had that first game's worth of these people beating these fucking games up. So it had the metal kick pedal, and then it had the better rubber over the drum heads. Jesus fucking Christ. So, this is Filler Time USA. Just trying to double check this thing.
Maybe he got stuck helping someone.
That's a very good possibility.
So,
put it back on that person. So, I really don't want to go into anything because... Well, I might as well just go ahead and cover what I've been drinking. There's a bit of a story attached to it. Today is one of those very, very rare occurrences where I didn't have to work on Saturday and I don't have my son because he's with his mom for their portion of the Christmas vacation, his Christmas vacation. So me and Sedius went out to Cidercade today, which is actually an arcade that is attached to the Bishop Brewing Company that does ciders. Ooh. And so I had a couple of ciders there. They actually let us take 4 cans home. The stuff that they let us take, though, technically isn't released yet, so I don't want to say what it is.
Oh.
I don't. Even though the guy that was running it is like head honcho of the shit, I don't want to say anything and get them in trouble with any of their distributors or their other people. Oh, there he is. Fantastic. I didn't even get to the meat of the conversation. So Good. That's great.
Sorry. The kiddo was screaming.
you got parent duties. That's totally fine. I haven't even gotten to what I was drinking because we were trying to fill our time as much as possible until you got back. So went to Cidercade, enjoyed myself. Actually, was really excited because when we were walking through the area to get to the spot where you do the tour, I saw that they had Discs of Tron, the arcade, the original Tron arcade, and then they had the Tron Legacy pinball machine. I took a picture of it before I realized the pinball machine didn't work, which that was the only one that I really, really wanted to play because I hadn't messed with that. But okay, I diverged. Oh, excuse me. So one of the beers that they have in mass production that I was able to pick up at ciders that they have that is in mass production that I was able to pick up at Kroger is Crackberry.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, let's see if I could get that up there.
Wow.
It's really good. It's really interesting though because learning, taking that tour, I was able to learn that they're not technically considered a brewery; they're considered a winery because cider is considered a wine, not like a beer. So,
sweet.
Is it because it's fermented fruit?
Hey, yeah, asshole, fucking dickbag.
I'm literally just asking the question.
Yeah. And they actually have one that they're working on right now that has habanero in it. So I was asking all sorts of questions about that. It's like it's not something that they have that they can out and do. Like they don't even, I didn't even ask them if they did growler fills, but I don't think that they do. Sorry, I got distracted. I thought I saw something on my wall. But yeah, so I'm drinking a delicious cider, and
that's weird coming from you, but that's awesome.
I know. Because I used to make the joke, if your dad drinks cider, you've got two mums.
So I did notice on the bottom of that, it said crack. What is that?
Well, it's crack. Hold on, let me...
Rock.
So here on the back, it does say...
put in a pipe and boop, boop.
So here on the back, it does say, and I'll show this for the camera so that nobody thinks that I'm actually, like toad out smoking some crack. One sip and you're hooked. Crackberry is a perfect pairing of cranberry and blackberry, tart and sweet, joining forces to create a colorful, well-balanced cider. And there's an asterisk on here that says, does not contain crack. Does
Fusion.
Oh my
does
God.
Not. Oh.
Yeah. Yep. You guys got it right on my end.
Yes.
Woo!
It was backwards on my end. That's fine though.
As long as one of them works, that's all that matters.
There you go.
these fucking days, me and Ryan are gonna have to actually get that step down and do it for a video. Just yeah. Now Ryan will have to be on a raised stage, and I'll have to
raised stage with stilts.
Yeah. Have to wear some like platform shoes.
Oh my God, what happened? Okay.
Oh, he's putting on his hater's mask. Oh, that sounded weird. It was kind of one of those, the safety word is donut. All right, so going back to what we were talking about a minute ago, let's go ahead and jump into the Game of the Year stuff. And I'll go ahead and kick it off since I was the one that was most prepared for this. But as I was saying, it's a game that I haven't finished yet. I've put some time into it. I've allowed it to consume my life to no end. And because, of how I feel about the games that appeared on the previous generation, there should be no surprise. Let me just go ahead and get it out of the way. My choice for Game of the Year is Fallout 76.
Oh my God, no.
I'm just kidding. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. You knew this was coming. It's my cowboy game. That's how I describe it when I'm talking to my son. Gotta finish my goddamn cowboy game, which I thought it had 5 chapters, but apparently it has 8. So I'm all up in that shit, trying to get that shit fucking figured out.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Well, that's one of the few ways to be surprised where you think it's going to end sooner and it doesn't.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, for the longest time, again, thinking that it had 5 chapters, I'm sitting there looking at the progress meter through the game, and it's like, okay, I'm at the beginning of the 5th chapter, and this damn thing says 60%. There is no way I'm at 60%, And in the last chapter, so that's when I finally went to Google. Was like, how many fucking chapters are in there? But it's like, it's actually 6 chapters and 2 epilogues. So,
Ooh.
so I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really digging it. There are no rocket launchers, so that's a really good thing.
Are there going to be have they announced plans for expansions to the game as of yet? I know with online coming, like we know micro Ts are going to be in there eventually, but
I don't, because of how they treated GTA 5, I honestly don't think there's going to be any single player DLC. I think what they'll do is everything that they add into the game will be part of the Red Dead Online experience, which I'll probably eventually get around to fucking with that. But when I played the original Red Dead Redemption on Xbox 360, dude, I fell fucking head over heels in love with that shit. No antivirus. I don't need you to fuck with my shit right now. Okay, there we go. Thank you. But I absolutely fucking love that game to the point where, like, I have been waiting so long for this one to come out. That's why, you haven't seen a lot of streams from me, because I'm balls deep into this. Like, every moment that I get a chance to load it up and play it, I'm jamming the fuck out on that. Unless I'm taking a shit, because if I'm taking a shit, then it's Smash Brothers, bro. That's right. I'm unlocking all my favorites. Ridley, Zero Suit Samus.
Switch in hand.
I tell you what, man, it's like a good book. You could just hit that power button, and it's like a fucking bookmark, and I could just come back to it. I don't have to reload shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That is part of the reason why I want to switch in fighters, so I can sit there and just boop 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 boop. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Are you better at it when you're pushing?
I don't know, but I am interested to find out. Science.
Oh, that's not one that I even want to see the hypothesis breakdown on. That's disgusting.
Is it weird science?
Oh.
I don't think any of us are cringy enough to make. Now, another thing that I do want to get out of the way, because I want to go ahead and have everybody make fun of me if they're going to make fun of me for this shit. Granted, I'm loving Red Dead Redemption. Now, the one thing that I absolutely fucking hate about that game is one city that's in this game called Saint Denis. It's in the lower right-hand corner of the map. It's basically New Orleans. It's like this fucking big on a map that's like this fucking big, but I swear to God, you fucking look at one person the wrong way and 80 billion fucking cops come out of nowhere and they're on your tits. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, I actually got through a mission, an entire mission, playing everything safe, doing the nice guy stuff, and I needed to get something back from somebody that pickpocketed me, but they got stopped by somebody. So it was one of these things where it's like, hey, dude, let me give you $10. You leave the kid alone, and you just go on your way. And I gave him $10. He left the kid alone and walked away on his way. And the kid gave me back the item that I had. I was like, okay, cool. So I didn't do anything that should have triggered the cops. Walking away from that instance, like, it's still in cinematic mode. I have no impact in this at all. There's a woman. Let's call it what it is. There's a hooker that tries to get my attention and is like, hey, you want some company? And the dude, Arthur Morgan, is like, hey, don't I know you? And without like getting any time to explain anything or anything like that, she just starts going, this man's bothering me. And fucking, like, I swear to God, the cops just propel from out of the sky to come and get me, which is not something you can do in the wild, wild old west type stuff. You can't like rappel off of a building to come get some guy.
You mean a woman faked a sexual harassment claim? A
hooker faked a sexual harassment claim to get me chased down by the cops. And I think it's because I got chased out of town. But there was literally, okay, so another thing that you got to understand in this game is you could die as many times as you want, right? But your horses do not have infinite lives at all, right? So one of the things I did is I actually went out and got, really early on, one of the rarest horses in the game that you could get very early, the white horse. Now, granted, I've got 2 of these types of horses now, but at this particular time of the story that I'm telling, I only had the one. And it was one of the first things that I was doing in Saint Denis, and shit went sideways, like real bad. And I'm trying to get out of this town, and the area of the map that I'm in is very swampy. So as the sun starts to set, there's this constant haze that's over the map. Now, the sun is setting. I have to ride towards the setting sun to get out of town because, again, it's at the bottom right of the map. I can't see shit. I literally had to open up the map and set a waypoint so that I'd have a red line on the map that I could follow. So I wasn't playing Red Dead Redemption. I was playing Red Dead Follow the fucking red line on the mini map. And like
Red Sun Redemption.
Yeah. Oh, bad. Real bad, buddy. It actually got to the point where they killed my horse as I'm trying to ride away. And if I didn't jump off and use a horse reviver on it, it would have died, like dead. Like I can't go back and get it. This horse is so rare that you have like one attempt to get it and then it's gone. And luckily enough, I got it on the first attempt, but that's besides the point. So I'm like flipping the fuck out. Like in my house, I'm getting pissed off. Like I am screaming. I didn't know. Okay, what happened in this instance is this motherfucker pickpocketed me as I was going into the gun store to make sure I had all the proper upgrades. And I chased his ass down and I got him, lassoed him. And then I had to pick him up and move him because we were in front of the trolley car. So I picked him up, moved him, eluded him to get my money back. But of course, 4 people saw it and ran in 4 separate directions. So I can't intimidate all of them. So they tell 4 cops, they tell 4 cops, and now all the cops are fucking after me.
And instantly you're 5 stars and you got a helicopter and everything's fucked.
And a tank is rolling in. The SWAT trucks are moving up. Like eventually, after the second time of reviving my horse, I ran from my horse. Like chase me down. Like I'm literally screaming at the game. I didn't do anything wrong. He picked my pocket and I got my money back. Fuck off, pigs. And I'm ashamed to admit it. I am screaming this at my TV. So as soon as I'm done with that instance, like I sent you guys like pictures of how the sun and shit was doing at that time. As soon as I was done, I had to stop for like a few minutes, chill with my dog because she does not like it when I get that involved in a game. And I was like, the cops are going to come knocking at my door any minute now. And they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on in this house? We've got reports of domestic violence. And, come on in. There's nobody here. I mean, you could go everywhere in the house. Except for that back corner with the box. Please don't open it. Please don't open it. It's hard to get her in there. But so other than that, Saint Denis, that section of the map is the one thing so far that has been like the biggest fuck you to the game. Like I literally, that almost stopped me from finishing the game. But it was one of these things where it's like, come on, man, as soon as you get done with this, you get back out into the wider open area where it's not like...
The thin blue line's got to freaking enforce the law.
Well, that's fucking fine.
Got to make sure people ain't getting their money back from shit when it's stolen. They have to be the ones to get it.
Well, okay, that's fine. Understandable there. Now, granted, after that incident, if I had been pickpocketed again, it would have been like, man, fuck it. I've got $2,000. That guy lifted 60. Go. That's fine. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. I go kill a panther and sell its pelt, and I'm like halfway back there. Fuck you, you little piece of shit. But I'm enjoying the game, and I feel bad because there's plenty of people that are like, hey, play Red Dead Online with me, and I'm like, no. I have to finish the story because
people don't understand this. They don't understand.
Yeah, and that's why I bought this game. I didn't buy it for Red Dead Online, and that's when I bought. Was it Grand Theft Auto 5? I was playing the story. I was having a good time with it, but then I got sidetracked because I had a group of friends that wanted to play online. Never went back to the story. Attempted to multiple times, but couldn't really get back into it. Didn't fucking care because it wasn't getting my guy to the point where he was ready for heists. So. But then the other thing that I want to state that this next game is going to carry over into 2019 because I haven't been able to touch it yet. But I'm really excited. I'm so excited that I've spent way too much fucking money on it. Now, I do need to openly state that a lot of the shit that I bought for this game was from gift cards that I won or was given through like other means. But so here eventually I will start on Starlink for the Nintendo Switch.
Very nice.
Package is still sealed. It won't be the next time my son comes over because he wants to play the game with me, and I have to have the controller thing. But yeah, I had to get it. I got this because of the Star Fox tile.
Yeah.
Shit. I needed that in my life because I remember when the original Star Fox came out on Super Nintendo, there was a Nintendo Power that had a papercraft R-Wing that you could build, and I built that thing and I had it on my shelf for the longest time because I absolutely love the Star Fox games, except for Star Fox Adventure, which I actually never played, to be openly honest. And I never played Zero because that looked like fucking garbage. But so I bought one ship on Black Friday because I was like, I need at least one more ship to go with this. Then at my Christmas party, I won a $50 gift certificate to Walmart. And at the time, all the ships and stuff were like 50% off. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and buy all the ships that I could get with that. And then I got a gift certificate to GameStop. Everybody knows how much I love GameStop, so let's not harp on that. Well, they had an exclusive ship, so I went there and picked up that ship. And then at that point, I was like, okay, well, I'm just missing the Target exclusive ship and one pilot. So I tracked down the Target exclusive ship. So now I'm just missing one pilot from having 100% complete all of the fucking stupid toys to life that goes with this game that I have not played yet. And by God, if this game sucks, I'm honestly not really going to be that put out because the ship designs are really cool. And they're going to get a shelf because I've got so much fucking shit for this stupid game.
Hey, man, that's you doing what you love. There you go. Can't be mad at it.
Spending money. Yeah.
Spending money on
the American dream.
Miniature plastic things.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, shit. Look at all that shit. That's miniature plastic. Like, you can almost see, like, right here are the 4 Battle Angel Alita pop figures that I can't see down.
Shit because I don't have my glasses on, but yeah.
Oh.
Well, and I'm fairly certain nobody can see it, but I assure you, this square portion of the screen right here is Battle Angel Alita pop figures.
Capture, zoom, enhance.
All you see is just like half beard and mouth. So we NCIS now. Enhance.
Jesus Zoom in, Christ. Enhance. Hit the reflection, enhance.
Have you ever seen that GIF where it's like an animated GIF where somebody just keeps enhancing?
Yeah.
And they're moving in on all these reflections and just watching the world happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What about you, Patrick?
Yeah. Huh. What you give us yours. Give us yours.
Oh, my favorite. Well, definitely unfortunately I did not have that many games to play this year because I was playing the insurance game. Where everybody loses, and
Jesus Christ! All right,
but
I think I'm the emo one.
Hellblade, I would have to say would have been my favorite for this year. Granted, I did play it last year, but I never got fully through it. This year, I got fully through it to realize I did not finish the true ending, which is unfortunate. So I get to do that again at one point. Now
is it worth doing it again to get there, or is it worth just like YouTubing it?
Nah, I got to do it again to get there. So
I only asked like similarly because like Batman Arkham, the last one, like the freaking Nightfall ending. I was originally like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it. And then it was like, find every single Riddler trophy. I was like, fuck, no, YouTube. nope.
If they had made that Nightmare Batman costume unlockable for doing all that stuff, then it would have been more of a reason to actually go through all that shit.
I probably would have done it if they did. Yeah.
Speaking about games that I've spent money on that I didn't finish, I've got all the like playable DLC for that one, and I still haven't done all that shit. Sorry, go on, Patrick.
Yeah. I will say the other one that I enjoyed watching and unfortunately could not play was God of War. That was a awesome game to watch and everything like that. Of course,
I'm sorry to stream more of it.
Yes, there is a Red Dead Redemption. And then I would have to say the Spider-Man, just especially the kookier stuff, like when you see Ian get blown up by a bunch of missiles. So,
cool.
You love it. You love it.
Dude, I have so many problems with the second DLC. Like I bought the season, but because I enjoyed Spider-Man so much. Like I mean, that was like if Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't come out, Spider-Man would have been my game of the year. No questions asked. And I'm not talking about because of Black Cat's thickness. Oh my god, that ass, that suit. I mean, I love that suit because it's not over sexualized. It's more of just
But she over sexualizes it.
she does. It's like, we'll close off all these gaps that the, what is it, the social justice warriors want closed off. We'll close those off, but she'll still make it sexy. Fuck you. She did too. I'm sorry. I like them crazy bitches. We all can attest to that. And ooh, damn.
This is accurate.
Damn.
This is, I mean, there's I can't even like make fun of him for it because I've seen this happen.
Twice? So, but that second DLC, Ryan, did you get the deal or the season pass, or you just
no? So because they were like $10.99 a pop, and the season pass was more than that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna get them individually. I think I'm because I still don't own the game. I'm still borrowing it.
If you need a copy of it, I mean, I'm willing to put off.
Like my buddy Alan, he's played the DLCs, and so it's like he's playing Red Dead, so
yeah,
he don't give two shits how long I have this game. So I'm gonna work my way through it. I do want to make sure though that when I play it, because when I played both God of War and Spider-Man, I wanted to make sure I could dedicate a good amount of time to it because the stories are so immersive. I played like an hour of the Black Cat one the other day. Then it got too cold out here, so I might. The Eagles playoff game tomorrow is the 4:00 game. So after that, tomorrow night, because it's going to be nicer outside tomorrow, I'll probably try to get started a little bit early, blow through that DLC, and if I get all of that finished up, maybe I can start downloading the next one.
I would just like to interject real fast. I may not know much about it, but damn, did the Eagles actually made it to the playoffs this year?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, I wrote them off weeks ago. I was like, yep, season's done. Season's done. And then, like, Foles came in. So, our original quarterback, Carson Wentz, he goes out with a busted back. He had there was one vertebrae, I guess, who was that was either slightly chipped, something minor enough to where he can still walk around. And he's not going to have, ooh, that got dark. Yay.
I thought he was like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
It's time at the Patrick house. So he goes out and Foles came in. Now, flashback to last year, Foles comes in towards the end of the season, takes us through the playoffs to the Super Bowl, right? This year seems to be a potential similar story. We were in a better position last year record-wise. We're going into the playoffs at 9-7 right now. The Cowboys won tonight, so they're moving on to the next round. They beat the Seahawks.
Wait,
yeah.
The Cowboys are in the playoffs?
Yeah. The
Where
Cowboys
have you been?
the NFC East. So it came down. There was supposed to be the Cinderella story was going to be if the Cowboys lost out, and I think if the Steelers also lost or something. I don't remember what other team also had to lose. We would have won the NFC East and we would have clinched a home game in the playoffs and gotten a bye week and not had to go through the wild card round. Well, the Cowboys won, we won, so now we're both in the wild card round this weekend, and there could be a third game between the Cowboys and the Eagles. But regardless, all roads to the Super Bowl lead through the Superdome in New Orleans, and the Saints are stupid fucking good this year, so I'm scared. All right. That's a legitimate scary game to have to go through because the Cowboys beat the Saints and nobody thought that was even remotely fucking possible. And now it's possible that either us or them could go up against them in a couple weeks.
Fantastic. So, that's been your football minute for our video game podcast. We're going to go ahead and move on because about half of that went right the fuck over my damn head. So,
yeah. So, but yes. So for my game of the year, I've played lots of games this year. Actually, I think this is the year I've played the most number of games within a 12-month period. Right, in terms of number of titles. To run them down very quickly, aside from obviously Destiny, we've got God of War, right, which caused me to buy the PlayStation 4. Spider-Man. I started getting into Fortnite a little bit. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm going to say, let's see. I'm trying to think of any other major like new game. Doom. Technically, Doom is a new game for me that I've played that I still haven't beaten. All of these games I have had a stupid amount of fun with. Every single one of them. Fortnite, I started off hating. Like, legitimately, I was like, stupid game. It's still a stupid game. It is still dumb. I don't like the art style. I don't like third person. I started playing it on PlayStation because I didn't have anything else to play at the time, and it was free. And it was easier to build on PlayStation than it was on Xbox for some reason. I don't know why. So I got a little bit better at it. But overall, I still don't really like the game, but I wanted to play it with some of the people that are in like Bella Nerd and Noob Hunters communities who play it consistently. I have to say it's a hard toss-up, man, for like game of the year. I think biggest impact is what I'm going to have to go with. And I'm going to say God of War. I only played the first one, and I didn't play 2 or 3. And this game was the only reason I was going to get a PlayStation 4. I'd always said that. Picked it up. Obviously got a PlayStation 4 now. And it's got me back into kind of the exclusive side of another console, right? I've been Xbox for so long, Xbox only for so long, that some of the exclusives for Sony, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's start checking some of those out. It might start getting me into a little bit of like the weird Japanese style games. I'm not necessarily going to go full Steadiest Rhyme. I got love for her. I think some of the stuff that she does is a little bit crazy, a little bit quirky, but like a lot of that stuff is like, I don't like the art style, and I think that's my big push away from it. But there's going to be some games, like I saw a preview today on Twitter for God Eater 3.
So you need to know that is a Monster Hunter like.
Okay, so I will rethink that. So I like Monster Hunter, but there's so much going on in Monster Hunter that I really feel like I needed to just sit down and play it by myself for like 2 days and then jump in with people instead of jumping in with Apex off the beginning. Like, he's trying to rush me through things, and I couldn't understand combat systems. I couldn't understand anything, and it turned me off for the game, and he fucking bought it for me.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I haven't touched it.
I actually had to go outside of the game and watch like YouTube videos talking about, you know, how this weapon works, And of course, because a majority of the people nowadays, right, for this generation are on PlayStation 4, a lot of the conversations that they're saying, we're talking about the PlayStation 4 controller. So I had to sit there with a PlayStation controller and the Xbox controller and be like, okay, I think he's talking about this button. Because one of the really, going back to your thing about Fortnite, I agree with you. It's still a really dumb game. I can't do shit in that game. Like, I really like the fact that they did a creative mode where you could just run in for an hour and do whatever the fuck you want, which that's really cool because then you could try to teach yourself the reactions and how to build and stuff. One thing I have noticed, because I did play it on the Switch and the Xbox, is that between those two, it's not about what button you're pressing, it's about where the button's located.
Yes.
So it's like this top face button does this.
Where your hand is located and what,
Yeah.
Which
Which that's fucking amazing, because that's what they need to do instead of like, God, what was the one I'm playing? The other one that I'm playing on Switch and Xbox is called Paladins. It's basically Overwatch. But it's like a free version of Overwatch. Okay. That one had a situation where it was the button, not the placement. So every time I would jump from one system to the other to play it, I had to remember, okay, I'm here, so now it's B down here instead of B up here to do something else. Or
Right. Now, no, I think the button layout point also it harks back to what I've said about how it's way better. It would be way better on PC, right?
oh yeah,
Like, so the people who I support that play it on the regular, right? I don't support them because they play Fortnite. I could give two fucking shits less. I like their communities, right? Just like I support y'all because I like you guys. And I like the fact that you guys are funny. And like Patrick, when he does stream, he plays like weird stuff. Like he builds cities. I don't
Got a
know.
working microphone.
Yeah.
I was telling him you missed it because you were out doing fatherly duties. Fatherly duties, not husbandly duties. You were off doing that kind of stuff, and I was telling him your whole statement about him. Again, let's restate this. For every like, Hater will have to do a shot of the moonshine on his
Before he
next stream.
streams. Yes.
Yeah. So I was telling him that, after he does these shots, sitting there telling jokes or whatever while he's taking the shots, he's got to go back into that weird space game where everything is up, nothing is down. Yes. Yeah, we were talking about that for a little bit because that's absolutely what I want to see.
Yes.
And no excuses. If you think you're going to need to puke, put a bucket next to you because I don't want you off camera for more than
Puke
30
and rally,
seconds.
baby. Puke and
Yeah.
rally.
Probably gain a few followers for puking.
Right? Hey,
we
you
can either do that.
Out of this.
You can either do that,
you
or
can be affiliated after one night.
you can have a whiteboard that you have behind you, and every time you get like a follower, you can just like rub your chest and then go back there and write their name on it after humping the board for 2 seconds. I mean, that's what some people do. I'm not wrong. It's just something that they do.
I mean, listen, shock value. Shock value. That's all you need.
All I know is if I were to show 2 inches of my nuts on my fucking stream, I'd be gone. All right, I'm just saying.
But you'd be back after 14 days.
Well, then it's worth it. Not cam incoming.
So
But in fact,
I want to wrap up.
Here we go.
Oh my god! I want to wrap up the Fortnite thing, real quick. So, Fortnite. The reason I feel like Fortnite is better on PC is because building as a mechanic is for you to be good at it. It needs to be reactionary, right? Your plan to build to get you out of trouble needs to be reactionary, and for me, I've actually had to make sure I think about how I set up on how my reactionary builds are. When I'm running somewhere, I set up to where the first thing I build is a vertical wall. In case I get shot, I can spin a vertical wall in a circle, pop over, push it, go, and then I've got a house over me, right? I can hang out for a second and then get out. A lot of people will always build up first. They'll build the ramp and then they'll build the walls and the platforms. I don't like doing that because that can drop you into taking fall damage if you build too high. But I watched some people do the playground, right, where you learn the creative mode. They were doing playground fills and they were doing 1v1s where everybody's just in this giant thing. All right, let's 1v1. They set up one ramp opposite the other. They go at a specific time and they just build straight fucking up. Because the goal is to get as much vertical height as you can to drop down on your target. That's how people win. So overall, I feel like the build mechanic is stupid. All because I'm not good at it. Like straight up, that's why I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I don't personally think it's viable for a shooter as a game. But it's highly successful. The fucking game won Game of the Year, and it shouldn't have. When you've got games like Red Dead Redemption,
Absolutely,
and you've got games like Spider-Man and God of War, even fucking the Forsaken expansion for Destiny is better than fucking Fortnite.
Let's also keep in mind that there's multiple different outlets that give multiple different games of the year. There's not one place that tells you what you need to think as far as what the game of the year is. So you go and you find the one that you think fits the best.
Right. Totally agree.
Except
Giant
we're right.
bomb.
Right.
Yeah, giant
It's like
bomb.
watching
I
Fox News versus ABC.
well, okay, sure. Look, ignorance is bliss, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. I mean, I know who Trump is. He's the
I'm
second
just saying,
coming of the Antichrist.
based on
but-
outlets.
yeah,
Based on
I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so God of War. That was my game of the year. Close second would have been Spider-Man. And then if we're going to go thirdsies, Dragon Ball Fighters. I've actually, it's funny.
The mobile or the actual?
No, Fighters. is
Fighters
the
Z.
fighter game. The
Fighter
mobile
Z.
one is some
The
other.
mobile one is Dragon Ball Legends. That mobile one is really good. I mean, it got me back into, like, I started trying out a couple other mobile games and then I just deleted them because Legends is good enough for me. But one thing I will say about Fortnite, it got me into Call of Duty again.
Oh, because the blackout.
Yeah, because you guys know I've always hated like arena combat, right? Like I hated Smite, I hated Overwatch, Battleborn. I didn't like the PvP in that because it was arena.
Oh no. I think you're using the wrong term. I think the term you're looking for is class based, not arena.
No, it's arena.
Okay.
Because I think the reason that I'm saying arena is because like Smite, right? Yes, it's class based where you've got multiple classes of characters, but it's literally just one giant fucking arena. One gladiator arena that you're running around in.
Well, that's a MOBA technically.
Right.
So yeah, I mean I could see that, but let me kind of counter argue you. Isn't just any Call of Duty map an arena?
So you're not wrong, because technically every multiplayer game is arena combat if you want to stretch it.
Yeah.
So right, I don't like MOBAs,
No.
but I always thought the concept of like battle royale was just dumb. Like, oh, it's 1 versus 100, or it's a team of 4 versus multiple other teams of 4. Like, okay, that's kind of dumb, but I thought it was dumb because of Fortnite. People were like, oh, try PUBG. I don't want to try PUBG. I watched it. I didn't really dig it. And then I played enough of this, right? I played enough of this, both the regular multiplayer and Blackout. The first thing I said when Hanzo actually asked me, he was like, hey, we'll run through some maps. I'll let you get used to it. Mm-hmm. I was like, let me play the campaign first. I didn't know there wasn't like a legitimate campaign in this game. And so when I turned it on, I was fucking salty.
I almost said some shit when you sent us that picture of it in your shopping cart. I almost said, that's got no campaign, right? But then it was just like, you know what? Let me just sit back and see what happens.
I wish I'd have been streaming it because I was salty. I was sitting in the living room playing and I was like, wait, what? No. What, where? Because I hadn't activated my PlayStation Network yet, or I hadn't done PS Plus yet. And it was like, it kept putting me into like local multiplayer. I was like, what? Wait, where's the, I just want a campaign. Like, what? I was so mad.
Multiplayer only.
I was fucking pissed.
You know what their dumbass explanation is for that? So they put all their campaign focus into zombies, and also where they put it in the timeline of Black Ops, it wouldn't fit if they put a campaign in there because it actually takes place between 2 and 3. So what happens in between those two? But
yeah.
Whatever.
So I activated PS Plus, right? Whatever, and started playing a couple things, and then I noticed there were specialist missions, right, where you could go in and play the actual characters. Like they've got little like mini missions for each specialist. So the game itself is basically a fucking mix of PUBG, Siege, and like regular COD, right?
Yeah.
Because in Siege, when you unlock a new character, you get the little video. Here's the cool video, yay! And then you just play as their class type.
One day my mom said she didn't love me. So all of a sudden I created a machine that bear hugs bad guys. Now I am anti-terrorist and I hug people to death. They call him the bear.
Oh man,
You can have that one, Ubisoft. All the fun
Yeah.
that we've had with Wildlands, you can have that one. Go ahead,
Yeah.
take it.
Add that. But yeah, so I need to play more of the specialist missions because I've only done one of them. Blackout, it's fun, man. Like, it's fun. It's every Call of Duty map we've played in one giant fucking map. They've got Array, they've got Nuketown, they've got the boat. They've added a couple extra ones. Like they added the Asylum, which actually, if you're there too long, zombies spawn.
Yeah, and I've heard that's where the best equipment actually spawns too.
Yeah.
So it makes it kind of one of those risk reward.
Yeah, there's a maze outside of the Asylum that is full of equipment.
See, I just want to go check that out though.
The maze.
Now, within the
Copy.
well, yeah, but I'm not doing PS Plus.
You can, I believe you can still do local matches on the blackout mode because it still lets you do it.
Because I just want to see what that looks like. That's the thing. Is like, I would like to have the ability to, because that's the problem that I see with these battle royale games, is that they need to have the ability for someone to go into the map itself. And there goes Hater again. To go into the map so that you could just get a little comfortable with your surroundings. And I know there's plenty of hardcore people that are gonna be like, that's fucking cheating. That's a dumb fucking idea. And the reason why they're saying that, no, it's not, because all right, someone would say that. They're like, hey, if they're gonna learn the map, that's fucking bullshit. You've been playing this game for 120 hours. You know this map like the tip of your dick. So you need to let someone also take a chance to learn the map so that they're not getting tore up because you're like, I know that you could clip between these two pieces of the wall and make it through to the other side. I fucking pwned some noobs with the tube, bruh. It's just give me that option to enjoy what you've built. Because now, granted, I lent you Shadow of the Colossus because I believe, now granted, you're playing the up-resed version of it. I believe that is the game that really started the conversation about video games as art back in the day when it came out on the PlayStation 2. And I strongly agree with that fact. I mean, people put their blood, sweat, and tears into these damn things. So it's kind of one of these things where it's like, sometimes I just want to sit back and I don't want to play your game. I want to admire your game. And if you don't give me the option to go into a map in your FPS to just kind of look around at all the little fucking things that you put in there, because I don't want to be looking around when people are looking for my dick, my blood to kill me.
They're looking for that ass.
Yeah, I want to look at the time that you spent creating an actual label to go on a wine bottle that's like solo res, but you could still read that one label. I want to see that shit. I want to be given that opportunity. Granted, I don't know if Call of Duty 4 has, COD Blops 4 has that ability for you to do that.
Blops.
Huh?
Everybody just says BO4.
Well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I used to call it COD Blops 2 when that was the new hotness.
Yeah.
But it sounds like somebody dropping a fish on the ground.
What? That's what I thought about Black Ops originally.
That it sounded like somebody dropping a fish on the ground?
No, that's what it was. It was that much trash. Ooh, I've always hated Black Ops. But this one is fun. Like this one is legitimately fun.
Well, this one doesn't have a shitty ass story to drag the rest of it down with.
So here's what you want to know. What I think could make this game destroy Fortnite. So like if you look at the Twitch directory, right? If you just browse it, Fortnite. Here, we could actually do this right fucking now. I could do this right now on stream because I have my shit up.
Okay.
Boop.
Let's see.
Browse. Okay. So if we take a look at this right now, Fortnite is sitting at 190,000 viewers right now. Okay. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is at 23,188. Mm-hmm. Right? Even fucking Super Smash Bros. Obviously is at 30 grand. And this is in the middle of the fucking night. In the middle of the day, Fortnite still hovers in the mid 200,000s, and Call of Duty maybe hits 35 to 40 grand. Okay.
Why the fuck is Sea of Thieves so high?
I think they just released some stuff because some people started playing it again this week.
Okay.
Standard other things, right? League of Legends is up there. Hearthstone's is up there. Just chatting. Street Fighter 3 is up there. Hold on. It's giving issues. So.
Old school RuneScape.
Okay. So if we want to sit there and be like, oh, why? Well, the reason that Fortnite is still insane is because Battle Royale is free to everybody without a Games with Gold or a PlayStation Plus membership. It is not required.
Yeah.
Right? So if fucking Treyarch and Activision wanted to really fucking bring this game into the forefront and they wanted to slap the ever-loving shit out of Fortnite, they would make it crossplay and they would make Blackout free. If they did that, it would win straight out because the mechanics overall are better, even though there's no building.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I've only ever watched Blackout and PUBG because I'm not willing to drop $30 on PUBG to try that out because even again, I'm not a PC gamer, so on a console, PUBG is currently still hot garbage. If you really think about it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm not willing to drop that kind of money. Now, most people would argue, we'll just get that fucking Game Pass thing and it's in there. It's like, well, that's a good idea, but I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a bit of a collector and I tend to like my physical medias. Granted, I know that shit's going away because Sony and Microsoft have all talked about their next boxes being able to stream the games to them, which is why now I'm such a fucking hoarder when it comes to the physical media because what's going to happen to our ability to look, I'm getting off on a tangent. Just give me a second.
No, you're good.
What's going to happen to our abilities of people that live out here in the middle of fucking like bumfuck Texas, where we don't have like city style internet, for us to be able to stream games out and entertain other people if we have nothing but straight like streaming in. Like I'm gonna have to increase my internet capability so that it will come down and also go out at the same time. That sounds like a fucking terrible plumbing issue.
And make sure you don't go over your cap.
That's the other thing. It's like, go fuck yourself, man.
All while you're streaming Netflix and all these other things.
Luckily enough, right now, knock on fucking wood, I don't have a cap. Because God, fuck, damn, piss, shit, cock, motherfucker, if I had one, I'd be totally over it. Because you guys know I cut the cord. I don't have cable, like TV.
Same here.
Oh, yeah, so. I had to, what is it, like when I upped our speed a year ago, I also upped what our max was for the house in terms of, well, what our limit was, what our cap was. So, no, I totally get it. And, I mean, we're probably going to get ready to cut the cord here anyway because the whole DirecTV, AT&T bullshit is getting retarded. Because, interestingly enough, if you change your payment method, did you know that changes when it comes out of your account?
No. I thought it kept your contract, or I thought it kept your pay date the same.
No, it might keep your due date the same. Your pay date is not. So if you're set on auto pay and you utilize an EFT or a debit card, right? If your bill is generated, say hypothetically speaking, on the first day of the month, and you utilize those two payment methods, it will come out of your bank account 15 days later. Remember, I'm not talking about when it's due. It could be due on the fucking 22nd of the month. It doesn't matter. It'll come out 15 days after it's generated. Okay? If you switch to a credit card, because maybe you like the rewards your credit card utilizes, right? And you run that shit on auto, you pay your shit every month, doesn't matter. It will come out 2 days after your bill is generated.
Oh.
So say you use your credit card to pay a lot of your variable bills on auto pay throughout the month.
Mm-hmm.
And say on the first of the month or around that time frame, a lot of shit all of a sudden comes out at once because you changed your payment method and you didn't know that that's what happens. That's the fight we're having with AT&T right now.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just it's retarded. Like I think in terms of a process map, right? Do this happens, do this happens. I've always thought
If this,
that.
then that, yeah.
Right. Inputs and outputs, right? Whoever came up with this fucking idea, I don't know why they still have a job. Like, it doesn't make sense. The payment method you use should not dictate the time it is billed to the customer in terms of an actual charge.
Yeah.
It should.
No. In fact, if your bill is still not due until the 26th, that it should give you the option at least to set up to be drafted on your due date.
Nope. The only way that happens is if you do it manually yourself every month.
Ah, lovely.
Well, we all know I'm old as dirt, and everything gets done manually. Manually.
Manually.
I do it myself. More cider.
So you go up to the bank, or you go up to the location, you give them money.
Actually, within the last 3 or 4 years,
I would not be surprised if you walked into a fucking AT&T store in the mall and was like, "Here's money for my bill."
I actually, not to get this all sob story, but back in the day when I went through my divorce, I used to actually go to the bank to make my car payments.
Oh, well.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because it was on my way home, and it saved me the 8 cents it was for a stamp.
Oh,
You know what
fair
I will
enough.
say though? You know what I will say? If you ever do that in the future, like you happen to, for some reason, receive some large amount of money and you're utilizing it to pay off a car loan, you walk into the bank to do it and you hand them cash, they're going to wonder what the fuck.
Oh yeah, no. It will have to be something that, now, being in finance as long as I've been now, it's one of those things where I understand that if I'm going to pay off a large bill,
That bitch getting wired.
yeah, and it's one of those things where it will happen through the course of a shorter period of time than what's there, but it'll still, that, and I know how badly it hurts you if you don't have active bullshit on your credit, so.
Yeah, for sure. So
Might as well
anyway,
just-
that's like the real life portion of the of
Yeah, we're getting boring here. So what I'd like to do next, unless you guys
I've had enough drinks, so.
Okay. So
Uno
what
mas.
I'd like to, I just kind of keep this as quick as possible. I just want to maybe let's most anticipated for 2019.
Anthem.
Okay, fair enough. I actually am excited to check that out. Being an EA Access subscriber, I can't wait till I get my ability to
Oh,
access.
I have two. Sorry, I have two.
Okay. Well,
Anthem
you
and
better,
Jump Force.
God, you fucking dickball. You have 3. You just don't know it yet. Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Fuck.
But I'm going to go, that's going to count as 3 for him, 1 for me. I'm going to go ahead and say Bayonetta 3, and then also, God's willing, Metroid Prime 4. But I don't know.
You
Master
think?
Chief, what?
Patrick, what are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? Let's see here. I don't know. There's so many. I'm interested to see what Rage 2 is going to end up being.
Yeah, but with the hot garbage that 76
Yeah.
out to me, it's one of these things where it's like, do we really want to see what Bethesda does next? Because I would really like to see them just go full bore on the shit and just make microtransaction the game that doesn't deliver anything it says that it's going to deliver. The special edition claims to have all sorts of shit in it that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the rum?
And then, of course, maybe you guys might end up getting the Division 2, and we can see that whole Firestorm thing happen again to you. But no, I am kind of looking forward to Doom Eternal.
Yeah, that looks good.
Fiend will get Division 2.
Yeah, I know. I want him to get it.
Right. Well, buy it for me.
And
Don't. hit the donate link.
For one night only, instead of sterilizing Sleek, it's gonna be all about getting Fiend that division.
I've already changed it, man. It's like it's currently set at $100 for Jump Force.
Metro Exodus.
Okay.
I'm excited about that too, and I haven't even fucking played the other two games, which I need to do because I bought those specifically to play for our spooky shit, and I still haven't really done much spooky shit this winter.
So
I need to finish Evil Within too.
Yeah, you do.
There's some that I'm hoping that you guys played just for the cringe factor, which, like I mentioned, and Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Yes. I want to see you try to play that.
I never finished the original Ori. Got really close.
I never finished it. Oh, dude, I got
pissed.
I think I got out of the first tree and was like, that's enough. I'm good.
I got really, really far, and then I just can't figure out how to make it past this particular location. I made it through three of the parts of the tree, I believe now. So, but I just can't figure it out. So,
Nice.
Real quick side note, just throwing this out there. If you have a Nintendo Switch and you haven't checked it out yet, you should check out Dead Cells. Just saying. It's roguelike, it's fun, it's stupid. It's very quirky. Just throwing that out there.
It's definitely on the list this year to get. The kiddo has been having a stupid amount of fun with my SNES Mini.
Yeah.
Like, dude, she has. I know I've sent you guys pictures and shit, like random videos. She will say, "Daddy, can I go play my video games?" She thinks it's hers, first of all,
because it's set up in her little play area.
It's set up in her playroom on her TV, and that's fine. That's fine. She goes in there and she will work through almost every single game on that thing. She's been jumping into Mega Man 4 or 5 different times now over the last week. She's been sticking into Super Mario. She doesn't like Mario Kart because she keeps driving into the water. She can't stay on the track, which is fine. But she really the Kirby games are her favorite.
Yeah. That Mario Kart, the original Mario Kart
it's rough.
Yeah, in today's day and age, looking at it, it's a great proof of concept.
Yeah.
But that one's really tough to play.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you guys, at least on 2 games, which I don't think any of you have mentioned, and maybe you guys are looking forward to or not. Just kind of a question. Biomutant?
Not really.
Not really.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, no, I've seen some trailers for it. Basically, what it is you play a little rat, kind of, sort of person, like a mutated rat that's like a person. So you're still like teeny tiny. So you're Ryan size, and you're a rat, and you can actually take some genetic stuff from like targets or like some other people and infuse them into you and use that kind of stuff. Really, the last trailer I saw for it gave me a very strong Too Human vibe. So I kind of was like, I'm not gonna fuck with this at all. But I'll have to wait and see on that. What's the other one?
The other one would be, since I know some of you like the Pokemon thing, what about the Digimon game that's coming out?
No.
The fuck is that noise?
I don't like. Oh, I don't know. That might be the PlayStation. It just fired up.
Yes,
that doesn't sound healthy.
That does not sound healthy at all.
It's just because how it comes through the mic. It's spinning up Black Ops. It'll stop in a second.
And the Sinking City then?
Oh,
yes!
Yes, I forgot about that. That one does look very interesting, but it's also one of those things where it's like, it could really easily be fucking garbage, but it looks like they have a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure how it's going to pan out, but, we'll have to see.
All right, well, that was my questions. It was really 3, I guess, not 2. So.
Yeah, for sure. All in all, I think 2019 is going to end up being a good year. I think Anthem is going to dominate a lot. I really hope it doesn't fall on its ass. But there's a lot of hype around it, right? I wonder if my personal question with Anthem is, will it completely destroy Destiny? In terms of...
It all depends on the content drip.
Yeah.
'Cause,
So
if it's like a faucet and then it stops, like the Division and Destiny both did,
yeah.
then it's probably just going to be more of the same.
Yeah.
But if they find some weird happy medium where they're still dripping out non-paid for content during the time after release, like end game type shit, and not locking a whole bunch of shit behind the end game and behind needing to have people that you're playing with, like, as much as I will say that a lot of the raid stuff was really cool in at least Destiny 1. It was one of these things where it was really irritating that I had to find a whole group. I understand why, but maybe step it back a little bit and let's get a raid that's just shooty stuff. I'm getting off on a tangent on Destiny. We've done that way too much here. So
Yeah.
I am actually excited to see what Anthem does. I just am very scared for that. Is a Bethesda game, right? No, that's not. Isn't it? No, it's EA. No, it's BioWare. That's what it is. Okay, sorry. It was Rage 2 that's Bethesda, which I think is going to lose all of its shit because of all that. Real quick, and I'm sorry to keep harping on Bethesda and Fallout 76. I have played Fallout 76 for a little while because I wanted to make sure that my quote-unquote character. By the way, my character's name in Fallout 76, his name, first name
is EA.
It is EA. Okay. First name is Pizza, last name Time. So my character in Fallout 76 is Pizza Time. Just throwing that out there. Fantastic name.
My pops has that, BT Dubs. So
what? Oh, does he really? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Then I might be able to jam on with him when I eventually actually look at
to it when
putting more time
riding horses and shit. Like
literally
shoving your fist up horses' asses.
If I could do that so that I could make more of those elite horses, I would easily fucking do that, man. Like a mini game where it's like you see like this little hole and
the
you've got
veterinary mini game.
You got this hand like in this position and you're holding the semen and you've got to just kind of just slowly work it in. It's like the lock picking mechanics in like Skyrim and shit like that. You just gotta get it, gotta get it right in there.
So to wrap this up, specifically for stuff on my channel, all throughout January, I'm doing a giveaway for Dragon Ball FighterZ on PS4. I happen to have a spare copy, completely unopened in the plastic. If you hit the channel, hit the giveaway command, it'll take you to the page. You can use the stream currency to purchase tickets. So if you have been an avid follower and watcher and you have tons of chimichangas, you can just buy a bunch of those. Hey, thanks, buddy. So. Also, you earn them for subbing, for donating, etc. So feel free to drop in. We're going to be running that all throughout the month of January to be announced in February. Because when I do Jump Force, it's going to be a Jump Force February. That's my plan there. I know Anthem comes out on the 22nd, but I personally won't be even looking at getting a game like that until I get myself an Xbox One X, and I'm not doing that until I get a 4K TV. So.
Wow, you are putting a lot of paywalls in front of Anthem.
Yeah, you are.
I am, but it's going to be worth it because a game like that, I know people who got, one of my buddies, the dude we played with the other day when we did party battles, Adam.
Yeah.
He got an Xbox One X for Red Dead. So.
I'm not shitting on anybody because I have a buddy at work that went out and bought a PlayStation 4. He didn't have one to play God of War. Not you. It's a totally different person. He got
I don't
home.
work with you.
Yeah, anymore. But he got home and realized that he actually bought a PlayStation 4 Pro.
Ooh.
And he didn't think about it. So instead of going back to the store and replacing it, he went back to the store and bought a 4K TV. I was like,
you know what? 4K TVs are relatively cheap.
Yeah, and I keep looking at one, but it's kind of one of these things where it's like, I kind of, right now, kind of like having the giant plasma TV that throws off the heat. Right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do have.
I've got a gaming monitor, but I mean, it's not 4K. It's
probably
just 1080. No, I've got the legitimate gaming. Like it's a 27-inch gaming monitor.
So it's
So
even smaller than the TV that I have back here.
I had a 17-inch TV before is what I was playing on.
Oh, that's
So-
an upgrade then.
Yeah,
Big time.
a solid upgrade. Yeah. So that's what's going on my channel. I think Fiend will probably pick some stuff back up when he, gets out of Red Dead.
Yeah. Once
I
I finish
honestly-
up.
I wish you would have recorded it all, so you could have done like a giant walkthrough at the end.
So I would have loved to, but I've actually started to come into stuff in the story that if I had been streaming it, I'm fairly positive somebody would have walked in and been like, hey, this happens.
Oh no, don't stream it. I said record it.
Oh, record it. Okay. Well, okay. So then the problem I run into is I can only do 30 minutes at a time. Like,
Or don't pay attention to chat.
that's true, which is actually something I'm going to do on a game that I'm going to play. It's probably going to be me and Steadius that are going to be playing it kind of tandemly. We're going to turn off Twitch chat, and it's going to be stated in the title, we are not looking at chat, just so that it's openly clear that we're not looking at that kind of stuff. Because the game that we're planning to play on stream is a escape room game where it's like puzzles that you have to figure out.
Yeah, you don't
So-
want people to tell you how to fix those.
Exactly. So that's
Totally
one of those
ruins
things.
it. Totally.
But as far as what my plans are for my channel, my streaming channel is, I'm going to finish up Littlest Nightmares. I'm going to do that last chapter of Little Nightmares from the DLC, and then I know everybody was expecting me to do Outlast 2. I'm not going to do that yet, just because Ryan recently did it, and everybody saw that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start on the Metro franchise.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the first game, the second game, and hopefully have it finished up by the third game. Because depending on how I feel about it, once I reach the end of the second game, I may be like, all right, I want the third game. Or it may be, okay, I need a break. Now, granted, I did want to try to play through a majority of the Devil May Cry games before 5 comes out. Totally skipping
Just,
over 2.
like
because,
playing through them again.
yeah, because I mean, I've played all of them at least 2 or 3 times through.
Did you get the entire HD collection from Twitch Prime? I know you already had it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't go through and activate it to that Twitch account thing.
Okay.
I
You guys
probably
should challenge each other again.
nope.
Nope.
He's gonna refuse to race me. I already brought that up.
Because I said that if we're going to play through, I have no problem playing it.
Loser.
I have no problem playing it in tandem. But the first time I play a Devil May Cry game, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna enjoy it.
I totally agree. I don't want to do a vanilla version run and make it a race.
No, I meant
Because
the
that
old
takes-
ones.
That takes the
Oh,
enjoyment out of it.
we did 2 of those. I think we need, if we're gonna race something else, we need to race. If we're gonna race something, we need to race something else.
It needs to be a racing game.
Okay, well that's a little too easy. Did you ever buy Strider?
No, but I could probably find it.
Okay, I would suggest getting that. And,
Ooh, I need to do Shinobi.
yeah. Oh, I still have to lend you my
Oh.
PlayStation 3 to do that, though, don't I? I think so. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, I have it. I got the copy for PlayStation 2. I know you picked it up too digitally.
Yeah, so that you could do that. Yeah,
I
no.
wish I could play it on my PS4. That'd be nice.
Well, I mean, check the store because there are some PS2 games that are PlayStation
priced
4
enough.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's where I have my Mark of Kree and Rise of Kasai, which I need to play those because I absolutely love those games too. Because that was a weird game. But I digress because if I keep talking about that shit, we're going to be here for another hour and a half.
Right.
But and then Patrick will just stream whenever he fucking feels like it.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm honestly hoping that the games he's looking forward to playing, he streams.
I should. Yeah.
At least a little bit. At
I
least
think the goal this year for us as a crew, right? As a crew, should be to get Hater affiliated.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, hopefully, I'm not dealing with other crud this year.
Yeah, hopefully you're not dealing with getting 18 new cars and fighting with insurance companies, and you have a much easier 2019 for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what? You should buy a lottery ticket every week. Just a $1, lottery ticket every week. You had a really shitty year last year.
Yeah.
The Galaxy kind of sort of owes you a little bit. I'm not saying you should be entitled. I'm just saying just a little bit. It owes you a little bit, so you might as well just
valid.
Yeah.
Completely valid.
But yeah. So that's got it for me.
Yeah. I think that's it for this one. So I'm actually gonna turn on some Call of Duty. So gonna stream a little bit of that, maybe do a little bit of Blackout, a little bit of regular multiplayer for whoever wants to hang out. So stay tuned for a little bit of that.
One other thing I want to interject real fast because it just popped into my mind. Ryan, after you finish the second DLC for Spider-Man, I want to talk about, and I know this is going to sound really dumb because it's a superhero game, but I want to talk about physics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. on a stream of some sort, I want to sit down and talk about physics.
Yep.
Afterwards. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Got you.
More physics.
Ryan's going to play some fucking Call of Duty because he's a COD Marine boy. If you haven't picked up on that enough already. Even though looking at your stream now, Ryan, it's still not low enough.
I didn't lower it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I'm
going to have another beer.
You'll give me another second and I'm going to sit down and watch some Sleek Stealthy 85 play some Blaps.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the flip.
All right. You have a good one.
Bye.